So I want to show you in this video how to multiply radicals, and we did a few examples in class today. This is part of those examples for those who are absent. So here is the first example that I want to show you how to multiply. The most important thing you need to remember when you are multiplying radicals like this is that there are some numbers on the outside of the radical symbol. These ones I highlighted in yellow, and there are other ones that are inside. Okay, this one highlighted in pink, they are inside. Okay, so your goal whenever you are multiplying is to make sure that you multiply the outside number, you multiply outside by outside. Okay, you want to keep them together like that, and the inside by inside. Okay, inside by inside, extremely important. All right, so if I want to multiply those ones highlighted in yellow, so you're going to see -3. -3 times 4 is -12. Okay, that's easy. And then now I want to do the radical. So I'm going to start the radical like that, and then I multiply the 2x squared and then the 3x to the fifth. So the 2 times 3 will be 6, and then the x squared times x to the fifth is x to the seventh. Okay, x to the seventh. Okay, so now we have finished multiplying, but we are not done. We are going to have to simplify this. To simplify this expression, what you would do is you keep this number on the outside the same, keep bringing it down, but you're going to find a way to break this number into 2. Okay, like we did in class before. Now let's look at the number part. Look at this number 6, right? You see this 6 cannot be divided by the perfect square, like 4, 9, 16, 25, and so on. 6 cannot be divided by them. Evenly so, 6 has to go to the right side. Only the perfect squares stay on the left side. Okay, so but it cannot be divided. It goes to the right side, and then x to the 7th, we can actually break it up into 2 as x to the 6th and x. All right, so now what we do is to take the square root of those perfect squares. So we have the 12 brought down, and the square root of x to the 6th is x to the 3rd. All right, take a half of that. Take a half of 6 is 3. And then this other one, this last one, we cannot do anything about it. So it's just irrational. So we just put square root of 6x. And now we can just multiply. It's 12 times s cubed. -12 times s cubed is -12 s cubed. And then root 6x. So that's the answer to it. That's the simplified version of that multiplication, okay? All right, so we're moving to another type now, but this is still multiplication. Okay, here is the second example. Now, this is similar to when you are doing multiplication, like if I gave you something like 3 times x plus 8. All right, so you know for sure this is what you do by distributing this and this. So this will be 3x plus 24. Okay, that's similar to what we have over there, only that this is a radical. And then that's another radical over there. So it doesn't matter. All you do the same thing. You just multiply 2x times 3x. Okay, remember the rule that I told you, the outside with the outside and inside with the inside. This 3x right here, it's not on the inside. There's no radical. It's not a radicand. It's not under any radical symbol. So it cannot go inside. It will not go inside. It may not go inside. It will not multiply inside, okay? So it's going to be on the outside because there's nothing, it doesn't have a radical symbol above it. So when you do root 2x times 3x will be 3x root 2x. That's a very basic thing that you should know, all right? That does not go inside, okay? And then we'll do the next one. We're going to do this root 2 times root 2x times root 5x. Well, you can see obviously that both of them are inside. This is inside, that's inside. So that's the only time now we can multiply. We keep this plus down here, and then we do root. Now 2 times 5 is 10, And then x times x is x squared, okay? So we have that as that. So now what you're going to do is to think of each part, each term, this left term as something to be simplified by itself. That needs to be simplified. This needs to be simplified. And then you add them together at the end. You do the addition at the very end, okay? So let's simplify the left side. Well, you know that the 3x is brought down like that. The 2 is not, it cannot be broken up. It's irrational. The x is not even. So the left side is actually simplified all the way. We're done with the left side. All right, the second term, well, you know this 10 cannot be simplified, okay? But x squared can be simplified. If one of them can be simplified, then you start up with those two things that we did before. All right, the 10, this 10 goes to the right side because it's irrational. It cannot be broken by any of those perfect square. And this s squared over here comes to the left side over here because we can actually take the square root of s squared, okay? All right, let's finish it off. This left side is done. There's nothing to do, all right? And this one now is x because it's s squared, okay? Square root of s squared is x, and then the 10 cannot be simplified. Now we come to the end, as you know, we just need to inspect it. We don't have like terms. They are not like radicals, so we cannot do anything. This is a final answer because they are not like term. All right, there's another example over here. This one is a binomial. So what we do is similar to what we do over here in example 2. You know, we distributed only one, we distributed this into what is inside. Okay, think of it this way, that we have two things to distribute. We have to distribute this one that's in yellow. We also have to distribute this one that is also in pink. So there are two things to distribute. Okay, there are two approaches to this. You can either do them like distribute this into that, like we did before, and then this into that. All right, that's one approach. I will show you the other approach when I have a time to, if I have a time to do it in this video. Okay, but this is a pretty much common approach. It's a FOIL approach, okay? So you take the first term, you multiply it by those. All right, by doing that, it's better to do it this way, to do it like this, root 3n, so that you can actually see the distribution happening step by step, okay? That's taking this one and distributing it to everything there. And now we're going to take the second one, all right, -5, and distribute it again to square root of 3n minus 3, okay? So let me remove these arrows so they are not in the way. All right, now we're going to actually do the distribution, okay? So we start with this. Okay, I wrote n. This should be n over here. I apologize. This is not x. All right. Now we do root 3n times root 3n. They are both inside. They are both inside. Sorry, they are both inside. So it will be 9n squared. All right. So it will be a square root 9n squared. And then take the other one. This is not inside, so it's just going to be minus 3 root 3n. All right. Then we go to the other one. This is outside, and the other one is inside. This is inside. The -5 is not. So what you would do is just say minus 5 root 3n. And then this is just -5 times -3 is plus 15. That's easy to understand. Now we're going to try to simplify as much as we can. All right, so here we go. This is square root of n squared. Both of these can be simplified. The 9, the square root of 9 is 3. The square root of n squared is n. Okay, we're done with that. And then we go to the second one. So we're going to have that cannot be simplified anymore. And then this one cannot be simplified anymore. And then plus 15 over here. But notice though, notice this. We have a common factor there, okay? So it's like we have -3 of something. Like I have, if I, like I'm doing this, like I have -3x minus 5x. You know for sure that is actually negative 8x. So think of that root 3n as x, all right, as something that is negative 3 of something and negative 5 of something. So now we're ready to just combine those. So it will be like this. It will be 3n, this one brought down, minus 8 root 3n plus 15. That's how you simplify that, okay? And that's the final answer we're done. It cannot be combined anymore. It cannot be simplified anymore. And now here's the last example for today. Whew. All right. So we are going to do more of what we did at example 2. I felt the example 2 was not hard enough. So this example 4 is harder than example 2 because he has both x and on the outside. Okay, so let's do the same thing. Here is only one distribution necessary. Okay, we distribute like that. All right. So now let's do outside by outside. All right, the outside here is 1. This is 1 here, and the outside is x, so it's just x on the outside. The inside, you have 3x, and 5x. All right, that will be 15x. 15x squared. All right, we've done the first distribution. Now we'll do the second one like that. Okay, again, there's a 1 times 2x, so minus 2x. And then we do the inside. Let's do the inside. 3x and then 4x to the 4th. So we do square root. 3 times 4 is 12. And then x, and x to the 4th is x to the 5th. All right? Now, the left side can be simplified because this x squared can be simplified, but the 15 cannot be. So we need to write the x and then break it into 2 like this. The 15 goes to the right side. The x squared goes to the left side because it can be simplified. Now, square root of x squared is x. And then this is square root of 15. And then this right side also, the second term, we can actually simplify both of them, the 12 and the x to the 5th. So we need to square root like this. The 12 we can break into 2. It will be 4 and 3. And the x to the 5th we can break into 2. X to the 4th and x, like we learned in the class before. And now we're ready to kind of clean everything up. X times x is s squared root 15. And then this is 2x, and then 4, square root of 4 is 2. All right, let's use a parenthesis to show we are multiplying. Square root of x to the 4th is s squared. And then you do square root of 3x. All right, you just have to do this thing one at a time, like you eat an elephant, okay? One bite at a time. All right, let's move on to this. This is done now. The left side is done. We're done here. So it's just s squared minus root 15. S squared times root 15, which is s squared root 15. S squared root 15. And then we will multiply this one. 2 times 2 is 4. X times s squared is s cubed. And then this is done. So now we come to the end of it because there's nothing else that can be combined. And that is the final answer to this binomial. Well, I hope that this is helpful for those who are absent in class today and for those who need a refresher on this, okay? Just remember this important rule over here, inside by inside and outside by outside, and this is the only thing you can use to divide or try to simplify by. All right, if there's any other question, let me know. And remember to continue to get high on math.